Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Further Beyond Gaming. My name is Cody GT and today is finally the day we're actually going to be speaking about the best battlesuit for Yae Sakura. Now, today's video was supposed to be speaking about Rita, but I thought it would be best if we go ahead and combine Rita and Kallen just because there's not as many battlesuits for either one of them. Let me know in the comments down below if that sounds like a good idea or if you still want Rita's own video by herself and Kallen's own video by herself. So let me know that in the comments down below. But I thought it would be appropriate today to go ahead and see which battlesuit is best for Yae Sakura. So if you do enjoy today's video, go ahead and drop a like. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe if you're new, and remember to hit the notification bell because I know you guys are extremely excited about this one, as am I am extremely excited about this one. I've been wanting to talk about the best Yae Sakura battlesuit for quite some time, and the day is finally here. So we are not going to waste any further time. We're actually going to go ahead and jump straight into it. Now, I do have to preface it by saying that I love all the Yae Sakuras. I think they're all really fantastic, just like the Fuhuas that I did in yesterday's video. I found them to all be fantastic. So once again, this was a very difficult decision for me. But if I was, didn't mean to click that. If I was to go ahead and select the worst Yae Sakura battlesuit, which is tough to say the worst because they're all great, but the worst one out of all of them, it pains me to say, I would have to choose Miko Sakura. Now, the reason being is because she was the very first Sakura, so she deserves a lot of respect and praise. When this Valkyrie was introduced and was about to drop on the global side for the very first time, once again, I was over the moon excited about this Valkyrie. I was so extremely hyped because she was so different than what we've already had in the game up until that point. She was absolutely amazing. Her character design was off the charts. I was just really excited for this Valkyrie to drop, and then when she finally did, she lived up to the hype. She was everything that I wanted, and I really invested a lot of resources. I invested a lot of time into this Valkyrie, and she really did pay off, especially early game. But as the meta progressed and as the game progressed, like most Valkyries, she did fall off just because there's nothing that really helped to buff her to continue to be really relevant, especially in today's meta and today's game. She is still a great Valkyrie, a good biological physical type Valkyrie that you can take into certain events. You could put her on a few different team combinations. She'll do pretty good for you. She just doesn't output the damage that she used to do back in the day. As you can see from the charts, her burst damage is still off the charts, especially with her ultimate. If you do have her Sakura Blossom weapon, she's able to provide more Sakura brands, able to do more burst damage. So she's very good. She's very mobile as well. That was one thing that I liked about her also. She was just a fantastic Valkyrie all around. One of my first triple S, or one that I focused on heavily to get the triple S. I really tried to get her weapon when it first dropped. That was one of my main focuses, and I was able to actually obtain that weapon. So she was just a really good Valkyrie for me, especially in the early game. Really enjoyed playing with her, but as the game progressed, I just stopped playing with her as often. So it's a bit unfortunate. I'm hoping here very soon, within the near future, she's gonna get a buff of some sort, whether it be her weapon getting pre-armed or just providing her some buffs just in general. That would be fantastic. So hopefully that will happen here in the very near future. But Miko Sakura would have to be there at the bottom for me. And really quickly, did want to mention in the comments down below, let me know what your guys' lists are. I'm sure they're going to be different than mine. And remember, this is just based off of generalities, where I find the Valkyrie to be in all facets of the game. So not in a particular area, just in all areas in general, and how they are in today's meta also. So keep that in mind, as this is just all for fun and we're just having a good time with this one. So let me know your list down below, and also in the description of this video, as well as all other videos, will be the link to the Discord. Did just want to quickly mention that if you want to join the Discord, you could click on that hyperlink. We'll bring you straight to it so you can discuss Honkai with like-minded people. So with that being said, and all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the very next one. And for me, personally, the very next one would be Yae Kasumi. So Yae Kasumi, when she was leaked, I was extremely hyped for her. She looked amazing. Her being more of a like ninja type of Valkyrie, whereas the other Sakuras, in my opinion, are more like a samurai type. Yae Kasumi being a more of a ninja type really intrigued me, and I was really excited, especially from her character design standpoint. She looks absolutely phenomenal. From a character design standpoint, they knocked it out of the park. Absolutely spot on, 100%. She came with this new system of being able to upgrade her abilities here with this new system, which is really cool as far as like a DNA standpoint and things of that nature. But just for me personally, her gameplay style just didn't really fit the bill for me, so that's why she's not too high on my list. Now, I know she can be an amazing damage dealer, and I know she could really mow down some enemies, especially with her AoE, being able to mark the enemies and being able to really deal a lot of lightning damage as a good elemental biological type, especially free to play, that you can get ranked up pretty easily. She is a great Valkyrie to farm up free to play as well, because you can acquire her fragments through open world and things of that nature. It's not hard to rank her up. But just for me, it just never fit my gameplay style. I found her to be, in my opinion, just a bit clunky. I just was not a huge fan, and so I just never really invested the time or the resources. I do, as you can see, have the applicable stigmatas and the weapons, so I may try her out just another time, or try her out again to see if I can, you know, really fall in love with this character, because she is absolutely amazing. She really is. I've seen some people put up some amazing numbers with her. I've seen people output a lot of damage as well. So she's a great biological type that you can add to your team. She fits on a lot of different team combinations, especially being elemental type. There's a lot of great elemental supporters out there, so it could really help her to be able to output some amazing damage, like I mentioned earlier. Her survivability is pretty good in my opinion, and she has some pretty good mobility as well. It's just, there's something about her gameplay style that just, it didn't really resonate with me, and so I just found her to be a Valkyrie that I didn't enjoy using that much. So maybe that's why she's a little bit lower on my list, and I'm sure she's going to be higher on a lot of your guys' list, because she is, at the end of the day, an amazing Valkyrie, like I mentioned, especially free to play. And if you got the applicable gear, and if you have her at a decent rank, she's really going to be able to output the damage for you. And like I mentioned, from a character design, she looks absolutely amazing. So it's a shame that she just doesn't really fit my gameplay style all that much, because I do want to use her more often. But we'll see. I'll maybe try her out again in the future and see how I feel about her. But that is Yae Kasumi, the next one on my list. Now, moving on from there, I guess you could call this one second to the best, in my opinion, as of right now, would be Flame Sakitama. So Flame Sakitama, again, just like Miko, was one that I was extremely excited for when she was first announced to be released on the global side. As a fire elemental biological type, she was going to be one of the very first ones to go ahead and drop, and so I was very excited about that. And she was coming with a lot of damage output, a lot of burst potential output, a different mechanic when it came to her fighting style, and so I was really intrigued by that, and I was excited for her to actually drop. I heard a lot of good things about her, and so when she did drop, I made sure to invest a lot of time into her, and her gameplay style just fit mine really well. I fell in love with her instantly, and she became one of my most favorite Valkyries to use at the time, because not only was she outputting a ton of damage, but her mechanic for fighting was different, and so that's something that I really enjoyed, the timing of everything and being able to, you know, do different attack sequences and things of that nature. I was able to obtain her applicable weapon fairly easily, as well as her stigmata set that is applicable to her, and so that just made things that much better for me. So my enjoyment from playing with Flame Sakitama from the very beginning was at an all-time high. I really invested in trying to get her evolved to double S rank and triple S rank as quickly as possible, which I did the triple S rank recently because it took a lot of fragments to get there. But she is an amazing Valkyrie. If you are just starting out the game, she is one that you're really going to want to go ahead and invest a lot of time in. One of the best free-to-play Valkyries that you can obtain fairly easily through open world and things of that nature. She is one that's really going to help you out, especially with certain bosses in certain areas of the game as well. She can fit on a lot of different team combinations, also because she is a elemental type. There's, like I mentioned before, a lot of great elemental supporters for her, so she's an absolutely amazing Valkyrie, one that I would invest time in if you are new to the game and you're just starting out. She is one that I would you know, look into grinding up and trying to get onto your account and make it a priority, in my opinion. So Flame Sakitama would be second there on my list. And then number one, which may be to no one's surprise and maybe to some of you some surprises, it would be Memento as the best Yae Sakura in my opinion. Now, Memento, very interesting story when it comes to Memento. So when she was first announced to be released and her banner came out, I wasn't able to obtain her. I think I was able to obtain her when she came back around another time, and I just went all in trying to obtain her. I think I titled that video Activating Whale Mode, which it really wasn't activating whale mode. I went back in and I went, you know, decently hard to try and obtain her because I couldn't get her the first time around. And Memento at the time, especially early game of Honkai, she was one of the best Valkyries that you can possibly have on your account. I think at one point she was number one, where she was a really top tier and she was the meta Valkyrie at the time, funny enough. And it's all because of her kinetic energy and the burst damage that she was able to output. You paired that with Schrodinger top and she was able to output just a tremendous amount of damage. But as the game progressed, of course, just like most Valkyries, and as the meta progressed, she definitely fell off because her kit just didn't really it didn't really hold up anymore. It just didn't do what it used to do back in the day, and so she just kind of fell off. She was still really great as a mecha type. She was a good option to go ahead and choose, but she was pretty gear dependent. I mean, you definitely needed her weapon. That was a must. The Ice Epi, if you didn't have that, she just really wasn't the same Valkyrie. And you did need some of her stigmas as well to really make her a top tier Valkyrie on your account. So she was kind of gear dependent, so that kind of, you know, dropped her down the list as well. But she just wasn't outputting the same amount of damage, and she wasn't really doing what she was in the early game. But then what happened was that her applicable weapon, the Ice Epi, did get a pre-arm, and the Frozen Naraka became a weapon that brought Memento back from the dead. So if you were here for any amount of time, you understand that Memento was just kind of dead. She dropped off. You didn't really see her anymore. And then the Frozen Naraka literally brought her back to life, because the Frozen Naraka gave her everything that she was missing and then some, and really made her an absolutely top tier Valkyrie once more. And it brought Memento back up to prominence, and now she is a very, very viable mecha elemental type of Valkyrie to go ahead and put on your team at any point in time, in my opinion. As well as there being great team combinations for her now, good partners she can pair up with, especially some good supporters that can be on her team as well. So she is absolutely, in my opinion, top tier. She is, in my opinion, the best Yae Sakura that there is right now, at the moment. So she is she's fantastic, and she is one Valkyrie that I was really sad to see fall off. And now that she's back in prominence, back on top, I am happy once more, because I believe she needs to be there. She is a natural S rank, one of the coolest S rank Valkyries, in my opinion, in the game, just from a character design standpoint and just from a Yae Sakura standpoint. So I am happy about that. But in the comments down below, let me know what you guys think about this list. Let me know what your list is, and that's how I would rank them personally, from worst to best. But like I mentioned, just because I say worst doesn't mean that they're actually bad. All of the Yae Sakuras, in my opinion, are absolutely fantastic. either one of them, if you put enough time and resources into them, they will be a fantastic Valkyrie to have on your account. None of them will do you a disservice. They will all be really good for you. The only one that I could say you may be, seeing a little lack of is Miko. But outside of that, she's still really great. But like I mentioned, they're all really great Valkyries. They will all be great on your account. So don't take me saying worst to best being that they're not good. They're good. They're just the worst Battlesuit out of them all. But with that being said, guys, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have been showing a lot of support when it comes to the series, so I do appreciate that, and I'm glad you guys have been enjoying it. I've been enjoying making the series. It's been fun going through these Battlesuits and kind of ranking them on an enjoyment standpoint and just from a, having fun standpoint. So I'm glad you guys have been enjoying that as well. But with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out.